Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second lesson, which is on prompt engineering. So, what exactly is prompt engineering? I'm going to use the example below to explain the concept of what prompt engineering is. So, think of giving instructions to AI like driving a car. When you turn the steering wheel, you can tell the car where you want it to go. Turning left tells the car to go left, turning right tells it to go right. Without your input, the car cannot take you to your destination. However, driving is much more than simply turning the steering wheel. To drive effectively, you need to understand the rules of the road. You need to know which lane to drive in, which road signs to what road signs mean, when to stop, when to proceed, and the conditions under which you can safely operate a vehicle. These rules make driving safer and help everyone reach their destination effectively. Prompt engineering works in a very similar way. It is the process of giving AI clear, effective instructions so that it can produce the results you want. Just as a skilled driver knows how to operate a vehicle correctly, a skilled AI user knows how to communicate with AI effectively. Imagine driving in the wrong lane. You could cause an accident, create a traffic jam, receive a fine, or even be arrested. In each case, you are less likely to reach your destination successfully. The same principle applies when working with AI. If you give unclear, incomplete, or incorrect instructions, the AI may produce results that are inaccurate, unhelpful, or completely different from what you intended. This is why prompt engineering is such an important skill. A prompt is simply an instruction that you give to AI. The better your instructions, the better the results you're likely to receive. Learning how to write effective prompts allows you to guide AI in the right direction and get closer to the outcome you want. In other words, if AI is the vehicle, the prompts are the steering wheel that help guide it to your destination. Remember, in our previous lesson, we learned that AI does not have consciousness like a human being. It cannot read your mind, understand hidden intentions, or automatically know what you want. Because of this, it is important to communicate with AI clearly and precisely. The quality of your results you get receive often depend on the quality of the instructions you provide. Think about giving directions to another person. If your instructions are vague or incomplete, they may end up in the wrong place. However, if your instructions are clear and specific, they are much more likely to reach the correct destination. The same principle applies when working with AI. The more exact and detailed your instructions are, the better AI can understand your request and provide the results you're looking for. This is why learning how to communicate effectively with AI is such an important skill. Clear instructions lead to clear outcomes. AI doesn't think like a human, it predicts the most logical word based on patterns in data. Prompt engineering is about giving the AI the exact context and guardrails it needs to predict the perfect answer for your specific situation. So, why is this important? It is important because of the garbage in, garbage out rule. If you give an AI a vague prompt, you will get a generic textbook style response. If you give it a highly specific engineered prompt, you can unlock the model's true capability. For example, you give it a vague prompt, write a marketing email. It will give you a generic response. But if you engineer a prompt that states the following, as act as a veteran product marketer for a B2B SaaS company. Write a high converting 3 paragraph email targeting middle level managers. The goal is to get them to click a link to a free trial of our productivity software. Tone should be professional but conversational. Avoid cliche corporate buzzwords like synergy or streamline. Include a clear call to action at the end. You see, the second prompt gives the AI a role, an audience, a goal, constraints, and specific format, resulting in a vastly superior draft. So we are going to talk about the anatomy of an ideal prompt. So under the anatomy of an ideal prompt, you don't need all of these elements in every prompt, but the most effective engineered prompts usually mix and match these components. So we're going to look at them one by one. The first one is role. So what does this do? The role tells the AI who it is simulating. In the above example, it is simulating a veteran product marketer. Then the second component is the task or the goal. What does the task or the goal do? It clearly states what you want done. So in the above example that we gave, what you want the AI to do is write a high converting email. And within that email, the goal is to get middle level managers to click a link to a free trial for productivity software. That is what you want them to do. You're specific on that one. Then the third element is context or background. Context or background, what does that do? It gives necessary details or data states. So in this situation, we've given the AI the details that we are a veteran product marketer for a B2B SaaS company. Then the fourth component is constraints. What does constraints do? It sets boundaries on what the AI cannot or should not do. In the above example that we gave, we told the AI that the tone should be professional but conversational. We also told it to avoid cliche corporate buzzwords like synergy or streamline. And then now we're going to look at our last component, which is the output format. So what does the output format do? It defines how the final answer should look like. In the above example, the final answer was stated as a 3-paragraph email. So these are the 5 components of an ideal prompt. Please note, there could be more components, but then for the sake of our lesson, this is where we are going to have our starting point. With these components, if you include a mixture of them or even all of them, you are sure that your engineered prompt will give you an effective response from the AI. Then our next section is we're going to look at common prompt engineering techniques. So as the field has evolved, engineers and users have developed specific strategies to handle highly complex tasks. So these techniques are mainly used for situations where you'd want to send to give the AI complex tasks. So the first technique is what we call few shots prompting. By definition, it is giving the AI a few examples of the exact input and output format you want before asking it to do the actual tasks. That this trains the model on your preferred style in real time. And then the second technique is chain of thought, which is basically asking the AI to think step by step before writing down the final answer. This forces the model to work out the logic sequentially, drastically reducing any errors. Then the last technique is negative prompting. This is explicitly telling the AI what to leave out. In the example that we had above, we told the AI to avoid corporate buzzwords like synergy or streamline. So, in summary, you don't need to learn mysterious tricks. You mostly just need to be clear about what you want, like you would with a smart person. So, in our next lesson, we'll discover the practical applications of AI in everyday life and learn how this powerful technology can support us at home, at work, and in our communities. Thank you for joining this lesson. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.